All right. Good evening, Who That Nation. Welcome to the WDN Chatline podcast. It's the host CB, and I'm here with my co-host MOD. MOD, how you feeling, man? After today's ball game, man.
I'm feeling about as well as expected.
Well, Who That Nation. I'll just be honest. Hope you guys is it about to take this into your work week, emotional wise. We've been today known here. Um, the expectations was it. I mean, as far as the win loss column, I didn't expect it to be high anyway. But the things that the where we're losing is very concerning. But I guess we'll get into bits and pieces of that. I will say this, on my end, I'm just my interest level now is just more on what Tyler Shuck can do, and then on what we're doing at this trade deadline. So we'll get into it, man. Uh, I don't see anybody tuning in yet, but you guys know how we do. Who That Nation wants your comments show up, we will pop it up on the screen. So I can go ahead and start with the MOD, man. What was your takeaways? First off, before you start, I guess you can go ahead and give your thoughts on Chuck even being the starter because we wasn't on last week, so I didn't even get to get your opinion on all of that. So I guess you can do all of that and then I guess get into the game. So you know,
I guess they had to find somebody, man, to make a scapegoat out of. You know what I'm saying? As far as the season is concerned,
yep.
I seen Shook play today. He didn't do much of anything that Spencer wasn't doing. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have all the turnovers and stuff like Spencer had. The last couple of weeks, but Spencer didn't have a whole lot of turnovers either. The first couple of games that he played too. So, that I guess that's what they wanted to do. They felt like they had to do it because now we're in a position where we might be the number one pick in the draft. So I guess you got to see what you got at quarterback now, because if you're the number one pick in the draft, that almost screams quarterback. That almost screams, draft a quarterback. But we're gonna see how it goes and what's going on. All I know is that at this present time, and there's no quarterbacks that really blowing it out the water in college, but that's a different story. But I guess Shuck looked about as well as you expected him to look today. You know, I wasn't impressed by anything that he did. You he had a few throws that I thought was nice throws, but Spencer had a lot of throws that I thought was nice throws too. So it didn't move the needle much. We were still doing the same stuff that we've been doing, the same stuff that we've been doing probably for the last 3 years now. So I didn't expect us to win this game on the road. Rookie quarterback. It just didn't look good for us. It seemed like everything was stacked up against us, from the get-go when it came down to this. But it is what it is. They say they're gonna play Shuck, the rest of the season, which they didn't put themselves in a position where they have to do that now. And then we'll ante up after the season to see what it do. I would say this much, right? I thought we was going to be bad this season. I did, but I didn't think that we would be this bad. You know, we just looking a lot worse than what I thought we would look. I thought that when the season first started, I thought we'd win probably 5 or 6 games. I don't think we're gonna win 5 or 6 games anymore. Or I think we'd be lucky. It seemed like the way that we playing, we'd be lucky to win another game. And now it looks like I don't know what the Falcons' record is. I know that the damn Panthers is 5-4. They got a winning record. I know the Bucks got a winning record. The Falcons had a winning record. This is really, really bugging me out. Every team in our division has a winning record, but us. Oh man, you would have never, made me think that that would be the case. I thought somebody would be sharing the basement with us. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
And I will say this, because I see some people starting to go towards Kellen Moore, not giving Kellen Moore no pass. Yes, he has a lot to work on and stuff like that, but I will say this, when it comes to this record and stuff like that, Dan Campbell, everybody know who Dan Campbell is. He played for us. His first season in Detroit was what, 2 and 14, 3 and 13. And
Yep.
then when he was able to have a full loss season and get the people out the draft that he wanted, then you was able to see a powerhouse team develop as what we're seeing today. Like all of those, that team that he assembled up there, like that team is gonna be here to stay for a very long time. So I think when it comes to Kellen Moore, we just can't run the conclusions yet. Because um, first off, man, it's his first year, so we got to give him time to have a full off season to where first off he have a little bank that he can play with, and I believe this year is going to be the first time that we will not be in the negative, and that's been what, about 8 7 8 years that we won't be in the negative. We always having to climb out the negative in the free agency. That's why we really our last free agency splash before he showed us really the Jarris Bird signing. That was like the last flash, even though he didn't pan out. But
Mhm.
going into free agency that year, he was the top dog in the free agency class. But besides him, we really hadn't had no splash out of free agency. Somebody that can come in and make an immediate impact. So we got to look at all those things. Let's get a man a full off season, another draft. If you look at this draft, I mean, honestly, I see some promise in a lot of our draft picks.
Mhm.
If you look at Devin Neal, I don't even know why he had three. This man had 3 carries today. Every time he touching the football, he moving forward. So I
Mhm.
think that can be. I'm not saying that he got to be our number one back. We just now speaking about. I was just speaking about Dan Campbell. If you look at that duo they got up there in Detroit, um, Montgomery can easily. Yeah, he was with Chicago for a minute and he was solid, but he can go anywhere and start for a club right now. We can easily. I ain't gonna say easily, but if Kellen Moore, really that guy and know how to scout and evaluate talent, we could have us a 1-2 punch. But I think Devin Neal needs to be in the rotation moving forward. And that's
Man,
another thing with AK. I mean, you said you didn't want to you didn't want to get traded. I mean, after today's game, you really didn't show that you didn't play like you wanted to remain here. It seemed like you wanted to play to get yourself in a trade talk before Tuesday.
mhm.
So I don't know. But yes, it's some positive you can take away from Kelly. Start with the draft. Like I said, man, it's some pieces. Sanker, um, even Kelvin Banks, he's been playing okay. He had been getting the wheels beat off of him. So it's some things, man, that we can look
I
at.
think Quincy Riley.
Yeah,
I think
Riley.
Quincy Riley.
Yep.
Let me tell you what the problem is, CB. The problem is that a lot of Saints fans are spoiled now. They so used to having it, when Sean Payton was around and all that stuff. And plus, like, I don't want to hear the bullshit coming from Saints fans. You sat there diligently, through Dennis Allen. Now, if you can sit there diligently through Dennis Allen, then you have to sit there diligently, through Kellen Moore. At least we know that Kellen Moore is a rookie head coach. He don't have the winning percentage that Dennis Allen had, who was a head coach for the Oakland Raiders before he became the head coach with us. He stunk it up there and he stunk it up here. We got to give the man a fair share. All right. As far as some of these players is concerned, we don't have to give them a fair share.
Nope.
Especially some of the players that we have on that defense. Especially them. And bro, let me tell you something, bro. Mr. Ruiz, bro, I'm just done with you, bro. You ain't that dude, bro. You just ain't good, man. You understand? And if somebody, I heard that his name had been tossed around in some trade talks or whatever, man, if that's the case, go ahead on and trade him. If we can get some for DeMario, we can go ahead on and trade him.
Yep.
This dude, man, and I know that they probably won't be interested in trading him, but this Justin Reed dude, man, I don't like him. I don't like nothing about his game. He hasn't done nothing impressive to me, the whole season. As a matter of fact, when he got injured and Jordan Howden came in and played, he played much better in that one half of game, or I think it was a half, or maybe a half, or a little over or under a half of play that he played. He was more impressive than what this dude has been the whole season. He's garbage.
And I will say this on Justin Reed. You can keep going, but I just want to say this right quick on the Justin Reed. I know we may be like, oh well, we just signed him to a 4-year deal. The Ravens brought in Jair Alexander, and look what happened to him. He got shipped off to the Eagles. So we can't say that like he is things are permanent. Even with like Chase Young and them, man, ain't nothing permanent just because they got a deal. Don't mean that we can't ship them off. The
Yeah,
Ravens Zaire off because he ain't been doing nothing.
and then this dude Juwan Johnson, bro, we got too many bad players on our team right now. That's when you know that your team really ain't that good, bro. Caesar, DeMario. I don't like what I've seen from Pete. Justin Reed. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I haven't liked what I've seen from Elvin Kamara all season. I don't like what I see from Penning, Trevor Penning. I just don't like what I see from. And I'm gonna tell you something else too, bro. Right? And I'm just gonna give him. I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because he got switched back to the right side. But Fuaga hasn't looked good either this season. You understand what I'm saying? It's a damn shame, bro, when the best lineman throughout the whole season has been your rookie. You know what I'm saying? That's a damn shame, bro. Because even before Eric McCoy, before he got injured, he didn't look all that high this season.
Nope.
And that was supposed to be a strength of our team, bro. Remember, all those dudes is number 1 picks, with the exception of McCoy, who was a number 2 pick. All those dudes is high picks, bro. And they don't play like high picks. In fact, I dare say that's one of the weakest, areas of our damn team is our offensive line. It didn't stop. It's not gonna, if they wasn't blocking and all that stuff, for Spencer, what make you think they're gonna do that for Tyler? What they gonna do? Just flip the script all of a sudden or whatever, man? No. And bro, I can go on, man, with bad players. Jawan Johnson sucks. Um, Chris Olave. We just got too many bad players on this team. So for people to be like, trying to run the coach out of town already, no. And I can't even really, evaluate Bruce Staley and his defense. I can't give them what I would call a fair assessment because first of all, I don't think a lot of those dudes they don't fit, his defensive style,
Right.
and a bunch of them cats is old. We need defensive ends, man. We don't need big dudes like Chase, man. They can get rid of him too, and they can get rid of Granderson too because I'm tired of seeing him miss tackles and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just fed up with it. They need defensive ends, bro, that ain't as big as them. Some dudes that maybe 250, 260 or something. Somebody that can bend and get around that corner with some type of athleticism. There's no athleticism and stuff here. You know, Chase is a little bit athletic, but he's big and he can be dopey and slow sometimes, especially when he's trying to pursue, running backs and stuff like that, and or quarterbacks with mobility. So, man, this when it's all said and done, Gail needs to fire Mickey Loomis. Needs to fire Mickey Loomis. I mean, we talking about, Saints fans out there, right? Stop trying to call for the head of the head coach. Okay. Like I just told CB earlier, right? You're behind set there through what, 3 years? Was it with 3 years with Dennis Allen?
Yep.
You sat there through 3 years of Dennis Allen. So you can't just I'm not gonna just say and sit here and say that Kelly Moore can't coach. I'm not gonna say that.
Nope.
That would be unfair, considering, what he was, left with, when Dennis Allen left. You understand all these pieces that he inherited. But man, we don't look good on either side of the ball. We haven't tackled well in 5 years, if you want to be honest. Our tackling been bad for about 5 years now. You understand? And I don't even know what the hell they can do about that, bro.
Now,
You
I'm gonna
know,
be honest. I want to say this, man. I think all that trying to hold on to players until they legs fall off. I don't at at this point right now. I don't see how we can recover from that just right away. Like Kellen it gotta be a 2017 type draft, at least a 2017 or better for us to really kiss the Marios, the Cams, the
yeah, for us to dig up out of this, bro.
yeah,
You know what
because
I'm
it's
saying?
it's a
Because
lot, man.
it's a lot, man. It's overwhelming. So
Yep.
that's why I'm like, you can't really. That's why we all the finger pointing and scapegoating and all that, you know, is don't even need that. We don't even need to have none of that BS going on right now.
Everybody knew Caesar was trash before Dennis even got hired. Everybody knew Caesar was trash. So why
Yep,
didn't DA do nothing about it?
yep.
But
Because man, they took and they pigeonholed themselves. They gave this dude a new contract. That was, you see, that was Mickey. That's why Mickey ass needs to go. Mickey needs to go, bro. No doubt about it. You know, this is pathetic, bro. You understand the way in which the good thing about it is that next season we should be, you know, kind of out of the cap hell, but you can be out of the cap hell all you want. You know, what are we going to do in relation to that? Do we have, um, you know, we don't have enough cachet now to take and woo no good free agents. And I'm gonna be quite honest with you, man. I don't even want to go that route no more. You understand? I much rather build this team through the draft and let the chips fall where they fall. Whether we do good by building in the draft or do bad. I much rather go it on and do bad with the young dudes. You understand? Then do good a little bit with the older dudes, and then the next year you're falling back on your face again. You know what I'm saying, bruh? This all dates back to, and I'm gonna keep saying this. I'm probably gonna stop saying it because people probably tired of hearing me say this, right? But this all dates back to the fact that we held on to Drew Brees too long.
That's what done it. Yep.
We should have we should have been going through the rebuilding. Our rebuilding process should be complete right now. And right now we should have a team, you know, on the field that can compete right now. You understand? A playoff bound or something like that. Then we doubled down after Drew Brees left. Mickey, like, he didn't want to, you know, go back and do the, you know, the rebuilding thing and all that, right? So he gonna hire Dennis Allen and then bring in this doggone Derek Carr. You understand what I'm saying? Which sent us back even more, not just in, you know, not just in players and all that kind of stuff, but it also set us back in the salary cap and all that other kind of stuff. Mickey has got to go, man. Gail has got to get rid of this man. I do not want this man having anything to do with bringing any more players around here or giving any more contracts, CB. You hear me, bro?
Oh
I
yeah.
don't trust him no more, bro. I don't trust him at all. You understand? What we got to do? Who that nation? The only way that we can probably get rid of Mickey right now, maybe if Jeff Landry do to the Saints what he did with LSU. Hmm? So what we need the governor to come out and start bitching and complaining about the Saints? Because I noticed when the governor came out and started bitching and complaining about LSU, they fired their head coach and their GM. Well, they call that the AD, but that's just like their GM. Maybe we need Jeff Landry to come out and bitch and complain about the Saints. Then maybe we can get Mickey Loomis out of here. What y'all think, y'all? Maybe that's
I
what we
agree.
need to get him out of here. You understand? Because man, let me tell you something, Gail, you need to get a grip on what's going on. Your Saints suck, and your Pelicans suck too. And they both suck because you got people and stuff in positions that should have been fired. The GM of the Saints should be given his pink slip, and so does the head coach of the Pelicans. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know who's giving you advice. I don't know who's in your ear. I don't know who you're talking to in relation to running this organization. But right now, you're doing a lousy ass job right now. Yes, you are. And you're doing a lousy job across the board. Get rid of Mickey Loomis. Okay? That's what you need to do. Get rid of Mickey Loomis. And you need to get another head coach for the Pelicans too.
You see what Sean Payton did when he seen his juice was running out. He just went on it, even though he didn't do it in the way that we liked. But he still okay. I need a reset. It's time to just close a chapter like that. That's gonna happen with everybody. We sit here trying to hold on to this dude for what? Gail, she don't know what she just got emotional ties, and she put people in position to just run the ball club. Everybody's not a Sean Payton. That I think that's what she's getting off of this whole Mickey thing. Like she think Mickey can just run the team. No, Sean Payton, he knew what he was doing as a head coach, and he knew who he was bringing in. So you can't have that luxury with everybody. But
And man,
that's just
another
where we're
thing
at,
too,
man.
Mickey Loomis is an arrogant little prick.
Yep.
Also, too. You understand? Yeah, I said it. You sit down every time when we talk about when you sit down to talk about the team, you arrogant about it. You say stupid shit like we gotta look beyond the results. You sit down there and you smack gum in front of people and stuff with your arrogant ass. And you think that you're doing a good job, and you're doing a shitty job. You has got to be the worst GM in the NFL right now. I think you're worse than the Jets GM. I think you're worse than Cincinnati GM. I think you're worse than any other team GM, the Miami GM, everybody GM. You are the worst one, bro. And you know what trips me out about him, CB? He think he the man. He really think that he is dope. He think his shit don't stink. He really do.
Yeah,
That
Sean
dude
Payton. Sean
really
Payton made him
think
look
that.
good.
You understand?
Yep.
And look, bro, Sean had left us. Sean didn't have much of nothing over there when he went over there, bro.
Nope.
Man, Denver was suck ass. Let's be for real now. Now they over there balling.
Seven and
See,
two.
see, bro, it wasn't you, Mickey. It was Sean. It was Sean the whole time. You was just lucky to be there. You rode the coattails. You rode the jock. You are awful. There's nothing this dude, man, can do, man, to make me think that, anything otherwise about him now. He needs to leave. He needs to get his ass up out of Louisiana. Point blank, period, bro. This team, right? I don't trust him, man, to pick no more players, for the Saints. I don't trust him to negotiate no more salaries. For all we know, right? To show you how much this dude suck. He's subject to give Trevor Penning a new damn contract for all we know next season.
You see what he doing with Olave?
You know, he might, yeah, because I'm hearing that. I keep hearing about how Olave supposed to be getting a new contract and they negotiating with him and all that. Why? You understand? This dude here, right? He's subject to give everybody, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he give Demario Davis a new contract. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised, man. This dude here, he just does some with that. I remember when he signed Caesar, and we was like, "What the hell are you doing? What would make you do that?" Then he came back, right, and signed Cam Jordan old ass to a contract extension. And we was like, "No, I'm tired of these contracts, bro, where he's signing these folks." And we like, "What in the hell are you doing?" Like the Jawan Johnson contract. What the hell were you doing? Like the Chase Young contract. What the hell are you doing? He does not know what the hell he's doing, bro. He don't know what the hell he's doing. Man, the only thing I can say, bro, is this, bro. And I don't know, like, and let me tell you something, bro. And it's all bad. It's kind of all bad for us, right? Because it looked like we might have the number one pick, but usually, right, they have that quarterback in college, and he's
Yep.
that dude. And people like, yeah, he's that dude. He can change, you know, your franchise future and all that. They don't have that this year in this draft. That's not going to be the case here because the dudes who we thought was going to be the man, they suck. Doug Nussmeier, he sucked so bad till he went there and he got Brian Kelly fired. You understand? Arch Manning is looking like his last name should be something else, like Arch Sanchez or something. You understand? He don't look like no damn Manning, and he's stinking it up all over the place. You know, and I'm really worried that where we at, that they gonna take and draft that dude anyway out of some nostalgic shit.
Who you talking about? Art?
Arch, yes, I really do, bro. I'm afraid that that's what they're gonna do. You see, and bro, I tell you what, man, let's just take some calls, bro. I can't say nothing else, bro. I mean, what else? You know, everything we say, bro. Every week we do this, TB. We say something, then they go out and they do something else. We say something else, and they go out and do, and it's always the complete opposite of what we. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is, bro. Only thing I'm gonna say is this, right? Saints fans, real Saints fans. Let me say that. Let me emphasize that. Real Saints fans.
Yes.
Saints fans who were Saints fans before the Super Bowl, who's been around a while. Okay? We gotta have some patience. This what happens. It's not like, like we was a damn juggernaut and stuff, before Sean Payton got here and all that. You understand? I do understand now that we have a certain level of expectation now that we have been champions. However, right, we got to deal with the process as the process is when it comes down to the NFL. We know what that process is. We know teams' windows open, teams' windows close. Teams got to rebuild, got to get themselves together and try and make another run. That's where we at right now. Firing the coach is not going to happen. I don't think that Gail would fire him, number one. I don't think that Mickey would fire him. Nor do I think that he should be fired. So anybody saying that, man, you can stop that. I'm not going to even entertain that shit. Okay? I'm not even entertaining that. So who we got? If we got anybody, if anybody care to come up here and talk. If y'all don't, I don't I don't blame y'all. I really don't blame y'all. Because it's tough for me and TB to talk about it. It's real tough, man. I don't know. We can't, I can tell you one thing. Okay, we're going to talk about the highlight of the game. I guess the highlight of the game was the touchdown, which I'm surprised that he held on to the ball. Because I just knew that when he caught the ball and he went and he dove in there, across the goal line, I just knew he was gonna fumble. I did. I was holding my breath. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I thought Juwan was gonna fumble that ball. I'm surprised he caught it. Number one. Number two, I'm surprised he did what he did with it after he caught it.
Well, we're gonna go ahead. I see we got JT in the building, so
Yeah.
oh man, JT, what it do, fam?
What's up,
Oh,
fam?
nothing, man. Well, yeah, uptown. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all, but I'm gonna bring some comedy to this here, bro. We don't need Arch Carr or David Nussmeyer on our team, bro. You know, we don't need that, bro. The only thing we need is some players, bro. You called it too, uptown. Even Dolph was saying it earlier, bro. We got a lot of bad players, bro. And most of them are veterans, and most of them was here before, before Kellen Moore. So he just got to get his players in here, and it's gonna be a process, bro. It's gonna be
Bro,
a process.
the only thing, bro, let me ask you this, JT, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest, bro. When the season started, right? I
Mm-hmm.
know you didn't think that we was gonna be super good, right? I know you didn't think we was gonna be good.
No, indeed.
Let me ask you this though, bro. You didn't think we would be this bad, though.
No, I didn't think we'd be this bad. I thought we'd be bad, all right. But what I thought was, and it ain't over with yet. I was
Yeah.
hoping, at the end of the day, like the end of the year, we have something that we can hang our hat on. Maybe like a quarterback for starters.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if we can have as a quarterback, or see what we got. But the draft showed me that we have some young players, like CB was saying, like you were saying earlier. We got, the Sanka, Riley. You know what I'm saying? We got
Banks.
we got Banks. Yeah, we got that the linebacker starting to get some playing time. He got to be doing good in practice to be pushing P1 on the side and getting some of DeMario snaps too. You understand? Because man, I don't know. Nobody ain't been saying it, but I ain't no DeMario picker. I jump on everybody, but I just tell you, when people running at you, and your front, first of all, your nose tackle is not stopping the run, your linebacker's supposed to fill that hole, and I don't see none of that going on, man. That's why I say, we a few players away, but we got to get these bad players and these over the hill players and these check getting players and these farm yard players that want to come and play here and just lay down. We got to get them off our team, bro. That's what we got to do.
I'm gonna tell you something else too, JT, bro. I think that that they're gonna have to do a careful evaluation in the locker room, because I believe there's some players there that's playing for us that don't want to play for us.
Right.
You understand what I'm
Alvin
saying?
Kamara, I'm calling them out. Alvin Kamara, I'm calling them all out. I ain't never saw Alvin run no wrong route. I saw something today that was kind of shaky, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. A punch out of a ball. I ain't never seen Alvin be letting somebody punch something out of his hand, all that kind of stuff. I watch a lot of stuff. I be looking at them little things. When you go sit on the sideline by yourself, like drink your Gatorade and chill out, and say, I guess I'll go in on the next play because I'm all they got. That's what I'm talking about, uptown. I don't want it to be that's all they got. I want somebody to be waiting in the wings, ready to come take your spot. Say, if you ain't going to do it, I'm coming to do this here. I'm coming to do it. That's what we have. We don't have no good reserves. We need good reserves too.
But not only do we not have good reserves, we don't even have good starters.
No, right. It's a bad players, bad team, bro. But uptown, I can go in the season with a bad team, knowing they're gonna struggle with rookies. You understand?
Yeah.
I'd rather go in with that than to sit up here and see these players that been in the league for years on our team almost got their players. I mean, I'm looking at you get you a sack and then you whiffing the next time you whiff. And then what a small coach on the other side of the field do? he gonna run after you. If you coming at me like that, right, I'm gonna run at you. And what happened to the running back? 10 yards, 15 yards. Come on, man. I saw that happening to Granderson. I saw that happening to Chris Run back-to-back plays on him. I saw it happen to Chase Young, and they wonder why they're not getting there because y'all are wrong. Y'all are wrong defensive ends, and that defense, that man need linebackers. 240, 250, running around there fast and strong. That what they need. They don't need no 6'2", 6'3", 270-pound defensive end. That defense don't run like that.
Yeah, that defense don't run like that, bro.
We
need to get the players in that's right.
Yeah.
That's the right players, for the kind of defense that he's running. And a lot of them, inherit these dudes.
Right. Now, what I do see, what we grow and we got growth on, even with us losing, we're not losing with these bad penalties that we was losing with earlier in the season. You understand? We was getting like 13 penalties a game almost. Right now, we're not getting them kind of penalties. We're not getting them pass interference penalties back to back to back to back. We're not getting that kind of stuff. Now, what we are getting is every week you can't beat nobody unless you stop the run.
Yeah.
And if you don't stop the run, it's gonna be a long day. Even with a team that's growing, it's gonna be a long day.
Yeah, but you know what, JT, right? We traded in the penalties.
Yeah.
For the turnovers. For the turnovers.
Yeah. For turnovers. Not see, that's still undisciplined, right? But you look at the stuff that is coming from. It's coming from Jawan Johnson, Alvin Kamara, Olave. Look where they coming from, man. It was from no. I'm like, God. I mean, they not helping us at all.
And then last week, remember Shaheed that fumbled too last week.
Yeah, and you see what I'm saying? Stuff like that, and they got, we got to watch how we looking at it too. At least you got to say these coaches, they got to coach. I don't know if they practice keeping the ball in your hand for not fumbling. I don't know if you need to have that practice. If you're a stud receiver, a beast receiver, that ball shouldn't come out your hand. That ball shouldn't come out your hand, So same thing for the running back,
Well, look, bro, we appreciate you coming by, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You understand?
Well, yeah. Uptown, I was talking with Dolph earlier. Dolph them keeping it real, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we was on the phone together, and we talk. I said, Dolph. I said, hold on for a second, Dolph. I said, I'm looking at this horror movie, baby. And I was watching the Saints and the Rams, bro. Nothing but a horror movie, bro. We're going to be watching it every week. Watch the one next week, Saints against the Gargoyles. Saints against Ghidra. Saints against Rodan. Saints against Godzilla. Man, we're going to be watching them all season. Nothing but horror movies.
Yeah, I know, bro.
But we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right.
Yeah, we'll be okay. Hopefully.
We got to get some players. Just got, like you said earlier, Uptown, got to get some players. Say, bro, it's good talking with you. Hey, CB, bro, I be trying to get you each time, bro. I runs into you. You know what I'm saying? I runs into him. Look, Uptown, I run into him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. We appreciate
But I'm here. Yeah, all right, Uptown. Look, I'm going to let y'all go, bro. But I'm going to be sitting here listening to y'all, bro. If I got any other new movies to tell y'all about, bro, I'll give you a holler. Be cool.
All right, fam. All right. Who that?
All right, fellas. Y'all be good. Who that, bro? Later. Who that?
I forgot to mention. I will say this, man. The Panthers supposed to be up in the Carolinas next week. I mean, the Saints supposed to be in the Carolinas this week. Man, I'm trying to debate whether I want to spend some bread to go watch.
Yeah, I know.
Watch this.
I was saying that to myself today. I say, man, I don't want to see CB go. I say,
Man,
I know CB. That's what he do every year. I'm like, I
yeah,
don't know if he's gonna be too interested in that shit this time.
yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a last minute decision, but I'm not throwing $200+ down to just give it away like that.
Yeah, to watch them go over there and
Yeah.
suck and stink up the place.
Because there's only one reason. I mean, one player I'd be watching anyway, and that's Shook, just to see what he gonna do. But man, it is what it is. What it is, man. Like I said, man, it's a lot that we can look back on with this team, and we could have first off we could have had Lamar Jackson on our team. He could have
Yep.
got coached up by Breeze in the 2018 season. After that 2018 season, 2019, Lamar could have been our QB, and we seen how that panned out in Baltimore for him. So it's a lot of mistakes like that. I know Sean, that was he was trying to outsmart himself, but just with that, man, it's just a lot that
Yeah,
took
but
place.
but Mickey could have overrode that
Yeah,
and
he
been
could
like,
have.
Sean, man, I'm gonna draft this dude.
Yeah, he
You
could have set him
understand?
down and been like, man, I know this your show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this your show, but man, like I don't know how long you gonna keep doing this for us. Like we got Lamar right here, man. Let's go ahead and get him. He could have
See,
overruled him.
he don't have that kind of a vision. You understand? You see, Ozzie Newsome, who did draft Lamar, he has that kind of a vision. And that's the reason why the Baltimore Ravens been so successful like they've been for the past 20 something years. You understand? You got to have some kind of vision. You can't
Yep.
be thinking, having tunnel vision and thinking inside the box all the time. And that was his issue.
Because I know a lot of people, even like with Jerry Jones, I know a lot of people come at him and stuff like that. But I mean, Mickey is worse than Jerry Jones. At least with Jerry Jones, that his teams are not going 2-14, 3-13 year in.
They can
At
say what
least
they
they
want.
got a shot in their division year in and out.
CB, they can say what they want about Jerry Jones. In the last few years, Jerry Jones has gotten a starting wide receiver, a starting lineman, and he had a all pro defensive end that he drafted. Remember, he drafted Michael Parsons.
Yep.
You understand? And for better or worse, remember Dak was like a third or fourth round draft choice.
Yep.
So that means he drafted a franchise quarterback too within that span. We talking drafted. We ain't talking about no free agency either.
Yep.
We trying to go the free agency route, trying to get us a damn a defensive end, so we go get Chase Young. We thinking that we go there and get Derek Carr, thinking that we gonna hit the lotto and stuff again the same way that we hit the lotto when we got Drew Brees. Now they call themselves right, drafting a quarterback. They don't want to commit no number one with a quarterback. So they go there and they get Tyler Shook. See? And I'm not gonna even sit down here and say we don't know. Tyler Shook might be the next, goddamn Patrick Mahomes or something for all we know. We don't know that. But there ain't nothing to suggest that he is right now. Because, if he was that good, he would have just beat out Spencer in the first place. I don't want to hear none of that about he was a rookie and all that stuff either. You understand? Because it's not like Spencer was some type of damn veteran quarterback. He's a second-year quarterback.
Yep.
So, we're going to see if it, because I kind of think that particular pick he got his fingerprints all over that. I think some of the other picks might have been, influencing stuff through Kellen and maybe the coaching staff. You see? But, bro, it is what it is, man. We're going to suffer like this. Don't be surprised, if we mess around and go 1-16. You understand? I know that sounds terrible, huh?
Yeah.
But I don't say, bro, I don't have no confidence in them no more. You understand? I don't. I know we play the Jets. I know we play Miami and all those people, bro. But I'm not confident that we can beat anybody right now. You understand? We don't even play smart. We do a bunch of dumb shit too when we out there on the field, and that's some coaching. But it is what it is. Do we have anybody else in the background?
No, man, we can go ahead and wrap it up, man.
We're gonna wrap it up tonight, y'all. And I guess we'll get ready and stuff for next week when we play the punk ass Panthers. They would love to beat us.
Yep.
But everybody gonna get their licks in on us, because we was up for a while. Everybody gonna get their licks in. It is what the hell it is.
Yep. Yeah, we can't be on top all the time. So,
Yep.
like I said, who that nation, it gotta be a lot of patience. We shouldn't be talking about firing, killing and stuff. Not saying we can't be critical of some things he making, but we can't be talking about firing him, man. It's gonna be a process. So we just gotta stay patient. And let's just go through this roller coaster, man. Just hopefully, hopefully we can see some growth in Tyler Shuck. So
Yeah.
hopefully we see a lot of growth in Tyler Shuck. So we're not going into the draft questioning whether or not we need a QB. And that's one. I'll say this, and then I guess we can wrap it up. That's the only thing that that's one of the major things. Like with Kellen, I hate that he did coming in. He left it to the young bucks. Why not just have a vet in there and let them sit behind the vet, and then going into next season, or just have Rattler compete with the vet, or however you want to do it, but at least have a vet QB in the building. It was no QB vet in the building from the jump. So I don't think that was a good thing, for Shuck or Rattler. But
But it is what it is at this point, bro.
it is what it is. Who that nation, man? You guys, please like, subscribe, follow the page. We'll be here with the preview show sometime in the middle of the week, probably on Wednesday night.
Yep, that sounds
Wednesday
good.
night or Thursday.
That sounds good.
All right, who that nation? Well, you guys enjoy starting your work week, and it's the WDN Chatline podcast, and we out. Who that?
Who that, baby? Oh yeah, for life.